the beach, as this woman is getting to do. So obviously this impacts, how we design our workplaces, but also how we expect people to interact, to share information, communicate, and ultimately, of course, do their jobs. And the last thing I wanted to do was just take a look at the customer experience. We haven't really spent any time talking about that specifically today, but it obviously is what undermines all business. It's why we're in business, is to serve our clients and our customers, make sure they keep coming back. And the thing I wanted to focus on here was this increasing expectation for fast response. So obviously customers have always been demanding. They'd always like to be treated with care and get their answers and their problems solved as soon as possible. But that window is just continuing to shrink. And the reason I bring this up is because a lot of the megatrends that we talked about are actually designed to help service some of this customer experience need, so that, when you have better access to back office data from anywhere, regardless of where you're working, what kind of tool you're working with, you may be able to service your customers that much better. We also want to make sure that customers, even if they're calling into a contact center, and by calling in, I don't necessarily mean on the phone, right? They might be chatting or texting or who knows what else, but when they're communicating with a business, they want answers from anyone who has those answers. So for contact center agents and reps to be able to access that information, whether it resides in a database or in a colleague's head, is very, very important as well. So a lot of these megatrends that we're seeing, especially things like the Internet of Things and the smart workplace, are allowing us to really serve those customer needs as best we can. So that sums up my portion of the presentation. You've got my contact information there. If you have any questions, I'm happy to take them at the end, and I actually really look forward to chatting with you then. So Dallas, back to you.
Thank you so much, Melanie. If we can go ahead and bring Joan back up on the screen. There is Joan. All right, so before I hand it off to Joan, I want to ask our audience another polling question. Let me go ahead and push this out. So this is going to help tee up Joan's presentation, but curious to know what the audience thinks.